Welcome back, King Me. Welcome back, King Me. Subscribe to the channel. This is King Me. Hey, yeah, when I put my head down because there's just so much weighing on it. That's why I do that. Let's get back. Subscribe to the channel one more time. This is King Me. Like this, share this. There's no sympathy for the weak. There isn't. So when you have a lot going on in your life and you broadcast weakness out here, don't be surprised if you don't get nobody's sympathy, because it ain't gonna happen. You can't even pay for sympathy. Let me say that again. You can't even pay for sympathy. So this world we living in, like the type of women that, you guys think that y'all got, go ahead. Enjoy yourself until you go bankrupt. There's no sympathy for the weak. Just as well as women, you date guys, they take all your money, they beat you up. Basically they take everything you got, mentally, physically, everything, by your weakness. But that's where it comes from. I'm telling you, weakness, people can sense. It's like animals. They can smell weakness, man. And they coming right to you. And a lot of you sisters that you get with these guys, and then you go through a lot with them, and then you break up, and then you end up getting snaked right on in. You get snaked right on in by your weakness. You got these guys that try to prove themselves to women, so they try to buy them everything in the world by weakness. And what she do? She go on and she slide on off on you. That's the world we living in, man. We living in a world there's no sympathy. Not for the homeless. You see, they living everywhere, man. I seen them making tents everywhere. I sit back and I wish I could help everybody that I know, definitely, that's going through it. We gotta stop having. We gotta have more sympathy for ourselves. That'll help you better yourself, because a lot of people just they out here looking crazy, and I know y'all seen them. Motherfuckers be out here looking crazy. We need to change, people. We all do. Even myself. Every time I get on here, I'm thinking out loud to myself, like, this is me too. Because I look, I pray every morning, every night, all during the day. But do you pray for the weak? I had to think about that one. Do you pray and give your thoughts to the weak? Because you have to. God does. I'm just trying to make a point right here. Subscribe to the channel. This is King Me. You got to look at the world right now. That's the reason why we all mess up right now, because we're all trying to, trying to climb over each other, trying to make it to that ladder. And there is no ladder, really. There's nothing to the top. Every time you get more money, you have to give more problems. You have to give it right back. The more bills, the more enemies, the more, what's the word? My favorite one is you get people that love to have agendas. There it is right there. You get more agendas when you get a lot of money, because you have people coming north, east, west, south, and they all have an agenda. But when you boil it all down, they got their hand out. And it's dangerous, because you really be thinking you have friends, man. You got a lot of actors out here, man. People will rock with you for 4 or 5 years, just to get that agenda, just to get something out of you, just to feed off of you, just to get, they'll try to mimic you. You got to be around somebody long enough to get their swag and get some type of, a diversity in them. And then that's what happens. That's what we live in amongst right now. We live in amongst leeches. And if you don't see that, then you're not observing at all. Hell, they're making robots look like us and talk like us. So my thing is here, man. There's no you better step up your game up out here in these streets, in this world, in this environment, in your life. There's no sympathy for the weak. None. None at all. I mean, I've seen people, old people getting pushed out the way in the grocery stores and shit like that. These are old people, man, in wheelchairs and shit like that. This is I can see. I'm not making this shit up, man. We don't do that over here on King Me. This is authentic over here. We do it all solid. We keep it solid over here. I'm literally in the grocery store and I'm seeing, and I actually went down and had to make sure that the lady was okay. Because they was already into their cars. They moving her out the way to get out the stove. You know what I'm saying? But she had to be at least about 85. No sympathy for the weak. Could have been your grandma. Could have been your mama. You see what I mean? Subscribe to the channel. This is King, man. Make sure you, man, just do something, man. Do something about this. Can we all just get along? We have to make a difference out here, man. Cause this shit is just getting out of hand, man. You got, obviously you already know there's ain't no rules out here. They shoot kids, they do it. There wasn't no rules in the beginning. There wasn't. It was a psychologically, you thought it was rules to it, but it wasn't. It ain't no rules to this. Life, period. I can get deep into this. I can have part 1, 2, and 3 to this right here. There's no sympathy for the weak. And that goes just, it not even if you, lost your brain. I've seen people that even take advantage of the mental. So, and you see people online, they mental. They are. So by you typing in something ignorant to say to them when they already got something right here, then that's taking advantage of the weak. You get my point? There's a lot of ways you can, take advantage. Pray for these guys. Pray for these women. Pray for all of us. Subscribe to the channel. This is King Me. Have a little sympathy for the weak. God can't do it all. He can do it all. But he looks upon us. That's how we get into them gates. But that's another chapter. Let's get into this. Subscribe to the channel. This is King Me. It's deep.